Hello and welcome back to the Casual Crypto video. I hope you guys are doing well. Today we are back with another banger PulseChain video, giving you guys the latest and greatest of crypto news. And today we have some amazing news. It's a historical moment, not just for PDAI, but for all of PulseChain. Quite literally, if PDAI wins, everything else on this chain wins. I've already talked about the Hyperloop. I'll probably make another video about it as a refresher. But right now, it's actually a very green day for PulseChain, even though when you zoom out, the majority of the crypto market is a little bit red. But we're going to talk about why. And yes, you've read the title correctly. PDAI has now officially been deflationary. Why? It's because, guys, we have finally reached the joy variable, which a lot of people said it will take years. A lot of people said it will take months. We will never reach it. It has now reached zero. We can look at it in the chart. This is on the website pmakersimple.com. I'll remember to keep it in the description below, and you can see we have been downtrending, and of course it's been fluctuating due to other external factors, and now we finally reached zero, enabling us to finally call the auctions, which, by the way, a few hours ago I did see this reach around a few million, and now it's zero. Does that mean that the debt auction has actually been bought, where people put in their PDAI to receive the newly minted PMaker? And that's the whole system. It's going to keep doing that until this system deficit, which is basically the owed PDAI that the VOW needs, or the VAT. Because basically, joy variable is the PDAI available in the VAT contract. The system deficit is the what the VOW contract is keeping track of, because the VOW now owes this amount of PDAI and it wants it back. So we pay it back, and it incentivizes us by minting PMaker to give it back to the contract. And then what does it do with the PDAI? It literally takes it and burns it. So this is why when I look at this number, this is a future buy and burn, in my opinion. So I'm really super excited to see this, reducing the supply of PDAI. Matter of fact, when I go to the blockchain scanner, I've already seen a reduction in the total maximum supply. Look at this, it's 25.15 billion. But when we go back here, you can see the total debt is 25.7 billion. So are we already seeing the deflationary effect of PDAI? This is very, very bullish, and I'm really excited to see what the future takes us. Obviously, we're not going to expect pegging to happen overnight. Keep that in mind. Do remember that it's one step at a time. We're moving on to the next phase. I really do believe that this phase that we were in the past month has been a testament to who is truly a believer. Now, I understand it was very high risk moments. So this is why it's very important for you to allocate your portfolio and segment your risks so that you're protecting yourself against ecosystem level risk based on your own risk tolerance. This is why I tell people I believe in the core 7, Pulse, PulseX, Hex, INC, eHex, right? And then of course, PDAI, PWBTC. I believe those are the core 7, the ecosystems, and they're diversified in all of them, so that all I need is one of them really to win big, so that I can make my generational wealth, because that's how crypto the game is, right? You cannot expect to win every single trade that you make, and at the same time, the longer you hold something, the less the odds of making a loss becomes. You can look at that up. It's actually statistically proven as well. Now, moving on to a tweet that I wanted to read out here to you guys from FSP Domino says, I don't care what anyone on PulseChain says. I've been in crypto since December of 2016. I got in deeper in 2021 and pretty much balls deep since January 2023. I have never seen something like PDAI, period, full stop. Never has crypto seen something like PDAI. What if the entire crypto community came to fix PDAI, a truly decentralized stablecoin government? This is how you attract whales, in my opinion. Like if you were a secret group of billionaires in the world today with the forever declining value of the fiat US dollar and wanted to protect your wealth, a DeFi stablecoin not actually backed by fiat, but by fiat equivalents on the blockchain that cannot be blacklisted or sanctioned. But maybe I'm just a retarded, crazy person. Think bigger, PDAI. What a tweet. I'm definitely following you after that. Big shout out to you. Well said. That's a very good point, because yeah, even Richard Hart, there's many clips of him where he was fond of DAI because it's algorithmically backed stablecoin that doesn't require a real bank account, unlike USDT and USDC. And also USDT and USDC, they're partially backed or partially collateralized. We don't even know if it's, what is it, 50% collateralized? Is it 10% collateralized? It's actually a little bit more riskier. And as he mentioned, they can literally blacklist wallets. There's probably 1 billion plausible reasons for someone to be like, oh, you know what, you just made 100K from one trade, you must be a scammer, or you must be you know what I mean, and they'll lock your accounts, guys, indefinitely. Yeah, that's the meaning of centralized. So this is why PDAI is huge, guys. It really is bigger than Richard Hart at this point. Reason being, the MakerDAO is now being rebranded to Sky, as many of you guys know. So the DAI that we have, the MakerDAO system, is actually now the legacy system. Before, Sky created the USDS, whatever it's called, and that one actually has a centralized function, which is a blacklist. So this is very, very, very huge, and I'm super excited to see what we have in the future. I just believe in all the PRC20s, guys. You know, big shout out to the PHEX. I believe in PHEX. Looking at the chart right now, it looks really promising. Hopefully we reach this price range, which is around 1.5 cents, where we reach the point of control, and that kind of confirms a trend reversal. So until then, I'm just looking at the chart, and either way, it doesn't really matter to me because I'm not really short-term price oriented. I'm long on PHEX, I'm long on EHEX for separate reasons, but I'm extremely bullish on all of them. And of course, guys, do not forget about PWBTC, the cheapest wrapped Bitcoin out there. And of course, due to Hart's Law, it is going up. So it's up today. I think it reached almost $300. And the craziest part is that right now the price is at 92,000 PDAI for one WBTC, which is very close to the real world scenario here, which is what BTC is around $84,000. So matter of fact, this BTC, if PDAI was at $1, it would be higher, more expensive than the real Bitcoin. So yeah, imagine the bragging rights that Richard Hart would have. And you guys already know he loves to flex his charts. So yeah, that is pretty cool stuff. And at the same time, when I look into Gold Pulse, most of the biggest wins today are either the PDAI related tokens or Atropa ecosystem. So I want to speak about the Atropa token. You can see it actually broke above the 1 cent mark, which is really great. So now from the price that we are at to back to all-time high is around 16x. And I think at some point it was literally just under a 10x as well. You can see that, or roughly under a 10x. Even Teddy Bear is doing really great. I even made a tweet here that I wanted to share with you guys a little bit here. The market has chosen. There's always been one teddy bear. If it ain't it, then I don't want it. Fun fact, Teddy Bear, the OG Teddy Bear, by the way, has technically been CTO'd since 2023. The community did the deck screener logo and banner. The community did the website, and they did the Telegram group chat. I believe the altcoin season hasn't even begun yet. So what do I mean by this? That's a very good question. This is what I mean by it. The M2 money supply. It has been rapidly increasing on a daily candle. And by the way, people who are in my Telegram group chat, they know that I've been talking about this, and I've been, tracking this since the beginning of April, and I think even the beginning of March. And we finally reached the point of intersection. Guys, the M2 money supply is laying the tracks for what Bitcoin will do. So I'm telling you, we're going to enter that reversal, because currently right now we are in the fear. I guess, you can see that we're in the fear phase. But if we actually see it, we spent a long time in the extreme fear. And if you actually really think about it, it's kind of like a wave, right? It's a sine wave, guys. This is why people compare the actual wave theory in physics and whatever aerospace with crypto and in general the financial markets. How we have bullish waves and then bearish waves. The same way how we had too many alt seasons in 2024, right? In March of 2024 and in November, end of pump October in 2024. And then in between that, we had a, kind of like a bearish maximum FUD summer. And I think we've experienced that in the beginning of 2025. The first quarter hasn't been really that great. And what we're seeing is a case of impeding the bull market. It's not canceling it. The top of Bitcoin is not in yet. And I'll convince you with this chart. This is the global liquidity index versus the Bitcoin chart. And this is on a weekly candle. So you can kind of see that they're correlated heavily. As the global liquidity index goes down, so does the Bitcoin price. As the global liquidity goes up, so does the Bitcoin price. And what if I told you we finally just broke the previous all-time high of the global liquidity index in the past couple days? So technically, did we just enter the bull market on the 7th of April? You know what I mean? Like, guys, we actually have a huge, like, if you thought the previous 2 mini altcoin seasons were great, you know, opportunities for you to make money, you'll be very surprised that we haven't even reached the first real alt season wave. Why? Look at the Bitcoin dominance. We haven't even broke down to the usual percentages of, you know, 50 to 40% Bitcoin dominance. We haven't even done that. This one right here was basically kind of like a shakeout. Right, and then now Bitcoin is doing its own thing, 63% Bitcoin dominance, and I expect Bitcoin to reach, you know, 6 figures plus in the next month or two, and I'm really excited. So yeah, and in general, obviously this will have a trickle down effect to Ethereum. Hopefully Ethereum starts to recover on the ETH BTC ratio. I'm going to make a whole video on about the next upgrades to Ethereum. I think will be really great for everyone, because, you know, for the retail investors, they don't really care about the technicality, but it's great for them to be like, oh, you know, Ethereum is now upgraded. Kind of the same thing with Bitcoin, how there's a new Bitcoin Core version now as well. But yeah, that's for another video. But it's, you know, everything's tied, by the way, right? Because at the end of the day, PulseChain is the leverage of Ethereum, which is the leverage of what? Bitcoin, which is the leverage of what? S&P 500, which is the leverage of what? I don't know, bonds, which is the leverage of what? You know, the fiat inflation. Okay? So we're here, we're that high in that risk curve. Okay, so welcome to PulseChain, guys. These are the opportunities. This is like turning back time in the early days of Ethereum. Show me another narrative that's as cool as PDAI. So this is the chart that I have right here, and I've been, you know, doing some TA here and there. And what's crazy, guys, is going from all-time low to all-time low. And you can do this exercise in your own laptop, right, or your own tablet or whatever. From all-time low to all-time low. You look at the day range, how many days has it been between? And that's around 233 days. So, okay, I do the same thing here. And the 233 days from the previous all-time low is actually correctly lands on the true all-time low for this local all-time low after the next leg up, which is like a, you know, we're having that correction. So it's really crazy how the chart, honestly, doesn't lie, guys. And then I tried to do some pattern recognition, the same thing with kind of the all-time highs, and there's roughly around 200 to 245 days, and using that range, when should we expect the next all-time high? I made a box here which is around anywhere from the end of June to around the beginning of August. Okay, and then again, using another Fibonacci extension to see what is the next leg up using Fibonacci extension. I'm expecting the next leg up for PDAI to break all-time high, to reach 9 to 12 cents, the 361% Fibonacci level, or the 261% Fibonacci extension level. Okay, now of course, this is all not financial advice. This is no guarantees. I'm not saying that there's any profits guaranteed out of this at the end of the day, right? This is crypto. It's a free market. There's no regulation. Nothing's guaranteed. You have to look after yourself. Please, please, please. And actually, this reminds me of a very, very important thing that I wanted to talk about with people. And that is please, ladies and gentlemen, I need you guys to understand, be careful of imposters out there. Okay, you have to do your own research. There's been people who are being reached out by accounts that claim to be me, but they're imposters. Okay, my account has a username which is Caledon Crypto. These people right here, they only put Caledon Crypto on the bio, but they actually don't have a username. So this is a fake account what you're looking at. So there's that. And plus, I will never DM you first. Literally never, ever, ever. If I ever message you first, that is a red flag. Okay, I'll never ask you for your personally identifiable information. I'll never ask you for money. I'll never ask you for a pre-sale. I'll never ask you to join a trading site. I'll never ask you for anything, to send me a transaction of 0 pulse. Nothing. Guys, please be careful. I leave all of my conversations in the public group chats. If I am proposing something to you over DMs, which is already a red flag, I must have mentioned it in the group chat, guys. And I'm telling you, I'm not gonna I'm never gonna ask you for money. I'm never gonna do a pre-sale. I'm never gonna launch a token. Guys, please be careful. Okay, this boils my blood when I see people reaching out to me saying that they've been taken advantage of because of some social engineering. Okay, so don't trust anyone on Telegram. Okay, even me, right? Even if I DM'd you a link, do not click on that link. Do not click on that link. Okay, you guys know who are in the group chat. You know, I'm very wary with the clicking of links because, of course, links can have 0-day, kind of vulnerabilities, and in general, they can grab your IP and see your location, etc., etc. So please be careful, guys. You know, don't trust anyone. Don't give out your number. Change your Telegram settings so that no one can call you. Change your Telegram settings so no one can see your phone number. Change your Telegram settings so no one can add you to a group chat involuntarily. Change those right now in your security settings. You'll learn about this in my complete crypto and DeFi security guide. And listen, I'm not trying to do a shameless plug. Yes, even though it has a price tag, but guess what? If you cannot afford it, please use the code PDAI. It will give you this code for free. It'll give you this course for free, and just go through it. I don't need to make money with this course right now. I just want you to be safe. So please, guys, you know, you guys are watching me. I just want to give back to the community. So please watch this. Use PDAI, code PDAI, and it will give you this course for free. It's 1.5 hours, 6 videos. Learn it, because I do go through social engineering and how to protect yourself against that. Please. This is very serious. Don't be complacent, because you can become a target. Okay, they don't try to spearfish someone who's an influencer or whatever. They go after everyone. Okay, and all it takes is the correct time for them and the correct person, right? And sometimes people can be vulnerable sometimes, right? So be careful, protect yourself, and yeah. Big shout out to this picture here. Are these the Pulsechain pioneers? Is this the team, right? Look at Richard Hart, Satoshi Nakamoto. He's still alive. Is he alive? Do you guys think he's alive? And then Vitalik and our man here, CZ. Love it. We just need to add Atropa. Well, you know, depending on where is he right now. I don't know. That's the thing with Atropa, guys. The token itself, you know, was it all an orchestration? It's really weird with the timing. And speaking about timing, in which I'm going to end the video on this note, because I don't want to make it too long. I'll make another video talking about general Pulsechain updates. And it's the fact that 7 million from the sacrifice funds has been sent to Tornado Cash. Guys, on the same day, before the joy number was at 0. Just before, it's by a few hours. I don't believe in coincidences. But again, you know, this is obviously not 100%, just like everything else in crypto. But this is very, very interesting. And this is what Decentralized Me had to say about this. 6.8 million of ETH is being Tornado cashed right now. Interesting timing with the auctions, likely to begin within the next few days. So even Decentralized Me didn't anticipate it to happen today. He said the next few days. If this were used to buy PDAI, it would secure the ammunition that ensures domination at the auctions. Let's see. As always, it's all eyes on PDAI. Big shout out to Decentralized Me. You know, he's doing a great cause for the community with all the marketing and stuff. You know, it's good to show like leadership and you know, trying to do his part of the community. I'm trying to do my part of the community by making these videos, right? Helping people demystify the world of crypto and the world of DeFi, the world of Pulsechain, hopefully making it easier, accessible, because that's the whole plan, right? It is a high barrier for entry for retail investors to really understand how to create a hot wallet, how to learn about, you know, how to bridge your money into Pulsechain, etc., how to buy something from PulseX. It really is, guys. Even though for us right now, it's like nothing, but it really is. And I remember the first days when I, when I downloaded PancakeSwap, and I was like, oh, how do you do this? How do you do that? You know what I mean? It was actually a little bit, difficult. So we were all there at one point, and I hope my videos are helping people on board. And it's actually a pleasure when I hear people say that I've helped them understand PulseChain, etc., etc. And and finally, I just wanted to end with this. This was Richard Heart's to-do list back in 2021, before PulseChain. Oh, sorry, not back in 2021. Before PulseChain was launched. And I want to refer back down to here. Stablecoin from my exchange I'm making. Okay. And yes, he also did talk about a wallet, replace MetaMask, Electron apps for cross-chain, because yes, Richard Heart did tweet. He said, what features do you wish wallets had? Off the top of my head, Excel export everything, batch sending, sorting by balance, find which account last interacted with a dApp, actually using desktop space instead of showing mobile sized on desktop, bridging, swapping, what else? Now, this is very, very interesting to see that he's talking about this, because Richard Heart has always talked about making a wallet, and you just never know. He might have been working on this for the past year, because there was an account here that has left all the main Telegram group chats called Heinz. And you can see here, left 1 month ago, wallet complete, ? And you can see that this is a clip.
And wallet guy still working on wallet.
This is probably a clip back in 2022 saying, the wallet guy's working on a wallet. Is it going to be a better experience than Rabbi? Which, I hope we get a statement from them, because it's quite unfortunate. But yeah, guys, listen, I'm going to end the video there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just a nice little, dopamine video. It's really beautiful to see when all of PulseChain wins. At the end of the day, guys, listen, if you're not holding PDAI, if you're on the fence, if you don't think of Richard Heart is behind it, that's fine. Okay. It's just in general, I like to see green candles, because at the end of the day, this is how we're going to attract retail investors. It doesn't have to be your product that gets the green candles, but in general, green candles attract other people. That's just how the herd behavior works. Okay. They don't want to follow the information. They just want to follow the crowd. Right. And of course, if we get more green candles, we get more eyes, and then more people come here. And then that's the positive feedback loop starting. You get it now? And it's really great, because now we're in PulseChain. We're at the state where we have less liquidity than before. So if we literally just do the same pumps that we did in the previous 2 mini altcoin seasons that I talked about, we're going to go higher heights. But now imagine when it's actually the first alt season wave, ladies and gentlemen, the real alt season wave that happens 1 year post Bitcoin halving, which is when? It's around, it's this month. I'm not sure if it was 9th. I think it was 9th of April. So yeah, guys, we just reached post 1 year Bitcoin halving. So quite literally, this is just the beginning. Welcome to PulseChain. We love you. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. You can become a YouTube member to support my channel. Remember, you have access to my members exclusive videos, which is the psychology of the market cycle. It's a little bit of advanced, where I talk about fundamental analysis, sentimental analysis, and of course technical analysis. I'll make a video very soon on that, the part 6 to the series for sure. And join the Telegram, be part of the community, say hi. What do you think of this video? Comment down below. It helps boost this video in the YouTube algorithm to people who haven't seen PulseChain and are crypto enthusiasts. So thank you very much for watching, and take care. Remember, trust in God and trust in the process. Big shout out to the man above, and I'll see you in the next one.